So imagine yourself as a parent getting a call from a school or seeing on the news that the school that your children attend has been taken over by a gunman, and your child could be one of the 20 people that have been shot and killed. So obviously that's kind of harsh, but this has been happening a lot lately. There has been a lot of school shootings. There have been 100 of the school shootings in the U.S. since the 19th century, and they are happening more and more. Since the Sandy Hook shooting, there has been 143 shootings. So with the advanced technology and all the resources that we have today, these numbers should be decreasing, not increasing. Security needs to be increased in schools, providing more guards and trained staff to keep the students safe. I will be addressing my three main issues. First, will the armed guards and trained teachers actually help in the schools, or are they just kind of there? Second, armed guards in schools actually have a purpose. They don't just carry around a gun and say that they protect the school. And finally, how does having the armed guards make the students feel? I will begin by describing why armed guards and trained teachers will protect the school. So every day that we go to school, we are at risk. Schools that do not have trained teachers don't have an officer on hand, so if something were to happen, say you don't have an armed guard, and it will just take that much longer for somebody to come stop the shooter. And in our situation, we are close to a police station, but not all schools are as lucky as we are. So the first responders in a situation like that would be the teachers that are trained to know what to do and an armed guard. School shootings are happening every week, and a lot of schools don't have a plan or procedure, so they don't really know what to do if something were to happen like this. And a quote from Chuck Hibbert: "Although it's not cheap to have high-tech security and to have an SRO, the cost of these things are better than the cost of innocent lives." And a lot of school teachers aren't really trained to know what to do. Not many schools allow teachers to carry guns. When a shooter enters a school, some teachers kind of just go into shock, and they kind of panic and go into denial that it is actually happening. And I know some teachers do have a plan, but a lot of times they don't, and they just kind of don't really know what to do. So the biggest debate about this issue is whether or not armed guards actually help the safety and security of the school. So armed guards in school help students just like it helps celebrities and banks and airports. South Dakota is a state that allows teachers to carry guns in school. Texas, as another example, allows each school district to make its own decision regarding permits, with just rural districts granting permission so far. Several other legislators are considering letting teachers carry guns, and whether they want to do so or not. The NRA's National School Shield Report recommended a model training program. So this is just kind of to help the teachers know what to do in a circumstance like this and to prepare them for anything like this. Armed guards have more than one purpose. So a lot of people think oh, they're just in the school to carry a gun and to make them look good, but that's not true. They are in close contact with the students, so they can help to prevent juvenile delinquency, and they can conduct security inspections and develop crime prevention programs. And they can create a partnership with the staff, and with this partnership it would help them keep the students safe. And a lot of people say that having an armed guard in the school would scare the students, or they don't really know how it would make the students feel, but in high schools it makes them feel safer because they know they're there to protect you. But in an elementary school it might frighten a kid because they see an officer in their school with a gun. But the students can build a relationship with their SRO. Now that you see the schools are having armed guards put students in a safe environment, high priority to keep the students safe, and like with the armed guards, that's their job in the school. And having trained teachers, it would like help the students and like to help the teacher to know what to do and to stay calm in a situation like this. Barack Obama's children go to a school that is armed by 11 guards. If the president sends his children to a school with armed guards, I think it's safe to say that armed guards in schools help, and it's not really just, it does help that it's the right thing to do.
You said that since Sandy Hook there's been like 143 shootings. Is that in America or is that?
Yeah, in America. Zach.
Are they trying to train more teachers to carry a handgun in schools?
There's some states that are like passing the law that they can carry these handguns in schools, and there's also some states that are saying that it's like kind of up to the school district to decide whether or not the teachers are allowed to carry a gun or not.
Are a majority of those shootings from like students that attend the school or adults?
I didn't really look into that, but I think the majority of it would be the students that attend the school.
Would the teachers have to get a license to carry a firearm?
Yeah, they'd have to have like the permit to carry the handgun or whatever it is they're carrying.
Do Texas and South Dakota have like less shootings because their teachers are?
I don't think like they have the statistics yet, because it's kind of been recent when they passed the law that they could carry the guns. So.
So do they carry the gun like on an invisible site, or would they like leave it in a desk drawer? Or?
It didn't really say, but I assume that they'd like leave it hidden in the desk drawer or something like that.
Did you like see anything about how like if a kid just like they knows that his teacher has like a gun, like would he try to like if a kid goes crazy and tries to get it, or did you see
No,
any
I
concerns
didn't.
about that?
Yeah, I didn't read anything about that, but I feel like Kara said, like whether or not they carry it with them, it'd probably be best bet to not let the children know that you have a gun, just in case something would happen like that.
My question would be about your personal belief. What do you believe? Do you believe that guns should be allowed in a school? And should your teachers here at our own school have guns?
I don't know if I believe that they should be able to have guns, but I do think that they should be trained on what to do.